Hey YouTube, how's it going? You get this crazy weather lately? I mean, seriously, earlier today, this afternoon, 80 freaking degrees. 80 degrees Fahrenheit this afternoon in early February. When typically it's somewhere south of freezing and staying there, you know? Can you say severe thunderstorm? Yeah. Oh boy, it was really something. And while there's another warm day or two in the near future, according to the forecast, tonight it's going down into the 40s. It's about 56 or so right now. And 2 days from now, the overnight is supposed to be in the sub-freezing. And then it's supposed to go back up into the 50s or 70s or something like that. And, you know, it's all over the place. Weird. Anyway, you ever really go overboard? I mean, you do something that on the face of it sounds perfectly sensible, but then you go overboard, you go too far, and you end up paying for it. That's what happened to me. You see, through late January and even the first days of February, I was really short on the supplies. And as in, we're talking about a brief but definitely involuntary fast. Not fun, so on, you know. Normally I try to plan for something like that to not be possible or necessary, but the funding ran a little short. Some of that was my fault, some of it was just circumstance and so on. Having to move quickly to prevent a repeat of a recent overdraft problem. And I was successful in preventing it from happening again, but the cupboards went empty much earlier than they should have because of that, and so on. So when I finally got paid, I went out and I got me some groceries, and I decided that I was going to do something I have not done in a long time. I decided to make a pot of spaghetti. I have not done that in probably 8 or 9 months or more. It's not something I make very often because pasta is one of those things that I always eat too much of because I love pasta. And so as a way to kind of try to self-control that a little bit, I try not to make it very often. I especially don't make spaghetti myself very often because that's the best, you know. So I got the stuff all made up, and I got some sauce, and I put the sauce in it, actual meat sauce, you know, sauce with actual meat in it. I mean, going the whole 9 yards here. And so I sit down and have me a nice heaping plate of spaghetti. Sometime later, I decided that that plate of spaghetti was so good it tasted just like another one, and so I had another one. Yeah. Can you see where this is going? Well, let me direct you just in case you're not certain. It ended up that some hour and a half or 2 hours later, that I had eaten the entire batch of spaghetti. We're talking about a package that was in the store. That's a 1 pound package of spaghetti. I made up the whole thing, and I ate the whole thing in the space of about 2 hours after it was finished cooking. Now, anybody will tell you that's too much for one person to eat all at once. I know this. And I remember thinking as I was going to dish up my 3rd or 4th plateful or whatever it was, I remember thinking, you know, you really ought to put this in the refrigerator and have the rest of it tomorrow. And you know what I said to myself? I said, shut up I want it now. I don't want to hear it. Well, what are you going to do with an argument like that? Well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. You go ahead and you eat the whole doggone thing, and then about 3 or 4 hours after you eat it, I mean, I had even stopped what I was doing and decided I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. I woke up after sleeping for an hour or two, and I was sitting here, and it just kind of dawned on me what was in the process of getting ready to happen. So I got up, and I went outside to the backyard because I could feel what was starting to happen. And there need be no concerns about me having eaten that much spaghetti all at once, because as I speak, it's in the backyard. Yeah. Not fun. Won't be doing that again. And next time when the inner voice comes up and says, hey, why don't you put the rest of this in the fridge and have it tomorrow? I'm going to do that. But what can I say? I overreacted to having a few days of not having anything. And it bent me out of shape, and I wasn't in a very good mood about it, and so I overreacted in a completely wrong fashion. Don't do this. Trust me, you don't want to do this. You will regret it. I certainly do. In the meanwhile, I'm feeling better now. And I've been recording some modded Minecraft of late. The Direwolf 20 1.7.10 pack. Not to be confused with the with his Season 8 1.10 pack that he's actually recording now. No, this is the Direwolf the Season 10 pack. The Season 7 pack. Where did 10 come from? I don't know. I had been wanting to record with that pack since he started using it back in his original Season 7. But at the time, I already had a modded series going, and running 2 modded series at once, no. Recipe for disaster, that is. Certainly recipe for confusion. And so on and so forth. And so, I've gotten back to it. And episode 4 yesterday, earlier today actually, so today technically, and then tomorrow episode 5 will be up. As a matter of fact, I just finished uploading a little while ago. I just have to schedule it. And yeah, so okay, I told my going too far story. You tell your going too far story. Let's all just admit how much we can be complete total hogs once in a great while, even though we know better than to do that. Sometimes we do it anyway. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.
Mr. TinFoilChef.